What is going on, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be breaking down literally the only thing that matters for ranking your Google business profile. Okay, so if you have a Google business profile, let's say you're a service-based business owner, something like a plumber, and you have a profile up and it's not ranking, it's not getting any calls, this is the first most important thing that you need to take a look at before you do anything. Okay. And if you make these profiles with the intent of generating leads and making money through them, which is what I do, I have a bunch of plumbing profiles up in my city, Toronto. You could see there's one here, Newmarket's like a suburb of Toronto, right? I basically make these profiles, rank them to the top, and every job that I get for plumbing work, I will contract out and take a 40% cut of the profit. So that's what I do. But either way, no matter what reason you need to rank your Google business profile, this is the number one first thing that you need to be taking a look at and making sure you have a very, very good grasp and idea on. And what that is your competition. Okay. Very, very simple. You need to look at your city and your market and see the top three profiles. And the only thing you need to do in order to rank is beat them in every single aspect possible. Okay. Now, you don't need to beat them in every single aspect, but you want to try to at least in as many as possible. Okay. So I have a couple examples up here, right? The first one is the search plumber Newmarket. Okay. So you'll see that I own the first profile that shows up when you search up for a plumber in Newmarket. Okay. So I get a ton of leads from this profile, right? But you can see that I have less reviews than this guy and this guy too, right? So it's not a 100% you need to do everything better than the other, top three people who are already there, but you do want to beat them in as many things as possible. Okay. So basically, this is how you're going to go about this. Now you kind of understand that. This is what you want to do right now, like literally after you get off this video, if you haven't yet. Okay. Find the most popular search terms in your city for your service. Okay. So, for example, a huge one is going to be service near me and service city name. That pretty much goes broad across all markets everywhere. People are very, very commonly searching service near me and service city name. Now, there isn't really much manipulation you can do here, right? Now, because part of the ranking actually does depend on the address, which I'll show you in a second what I sort of mean. But you'll see that this business shows up first, not because of all of the other ranking stuff, probably that too, but mainly because it's just the closest to me. Okay, so proximity is a big one. I'm going to explain that in just a second when I get into the things that you need to actually do to beat your competition. But you need to just beat them in as many things as possible. Okay, and especially for the most search volumed terms for your city and your industry. Okay, so you need to find those popular search terms, see what the top three is doing and isn't doing, and then you got to beat them in as many aspects as possible. If you do that, you will 100% come out in the top three. And I have multiple profiles that rank first in their cities. You can check my other videos. I show multiple times. I'm in a very, very competitive market, plumbing in Toronto. Toronto is a huge city, and I have a ton of results and really, really good profiles. And literally, just to quickly show you, because I have it open, over 500 leads every single week. Some of these are cold calls, of course. And I do have profiles in different industries, but here's one profile alone: 30 leads in the last week, and again 28 leads in the last week for these profiles. And if you literally just search them up, I'm always gonna pretty much show up in the top three. So I am second over here, just to prove that I actually own this profile. As you can see here, you manage this business profile. I can even go into the business profile manager and prove that once again. Okay, so multiple cities. Here, let me actually check this one. It's hard to verify all of them. As you can see, first in Brampton, call his number if you want and verify. I don't really care. I'll pick up the phone. But yes, this is what I do, and I am very, very good at ranking these profiles. Okay, so it literally just comes down to numbers, right? How many of the following factors are you able to surpass? And let me break down each and every single factor and kind of how you can sort of go ahead and beat them. Okay, so the number one most important thing, I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the video, but review count and rating. Okay, so again, it's not the be all end all. Again, as you could see, This profile has less reviews than the two that are under it. However, it does rank higher. Okay. But a big one is going to be reviews. So, generally speaking, when you're looking at reviews, you want to be within 20% of the top three. Okay. So, remember this. This is a very good rule to live by. The person who has the least in the current top three, you want to at least be within 20%. Now, the more, the better. Of course, reviews are always the more, the better. Okay. But if you can beat them in every other aspect, you can definitely get away with being just around 20% less than the guy who has the least in the top three. If you want to be extra safe, get the same amount as the person who has the least in the top three. So that's the first thing. The second things are keywords in the title. Okay. This is a big one because the title is going to be a very, very huge part of your SEO. Okay. I would say probably around 50%, maybe even more. So the title needs to be locked in. You need to have a very good title. And by very good title, I mean you need to have as many keywords as possible, right? So whatever people are searching for, you want to have that in your title because now Google will see that your business is literally named the things that people are searching for. And obviously, that's going to help align it as the most relevant and show up at the top. Okay. Now, again, of course, be careful because putting keywords in your title isn't always going to be beneficial, especially when you're spamming them in a way where Google can catch onto it and basically ban your profile. But a very, very safe bet, and how I do all of my profiles, is by having the service and city name in the title every single time. Now, you can add a secondary service as well. That will help. And I have noticed pretty good results without any significant downside from that. By significant downside, I mean suspensions. So something like Realway Plumbers and Drain Services Newmarket. Okay. So that's adding another keyword, drain services. A lot of people are searching for that, right? Something like emergency plumber, Realway Newmarket. Okay. That's a little bit risky, but again, you get what I'm saying. Big keywords, you want them in your name, but for the most part, just city and service. Those are the biggest ones. Okay. So if you have the exact city and the exact service in your name, you're already going to shoot way above a bunch of people. Okay. Now, this is what I was referencing earlier for proximity. Whether your business is listed on a physical address or a service area business actually does have a lot of influence on whether you're going to get leads early on and how easy you're going to rank, because a lot of the ranking factors is just based on proximity. If I was searching for a McDonald's right now, it's going to show me the closest McDonald's. Okay. Same thing for a plumber. If you're searching for a plumber, it's going to show you the closest plumber most of the time, right? So you want to ideally have a physical address listed just because you're going to get that extra boost of people who are close by searching for this service, calling you just because you rank first, only just solely because you're the closest to them. Okay. So this is a big one as well. Now, as I was saying, keywords in the title. After that, you want to look at your description. Okay. So again, you want to have as many keywords as possible in all of your components, but each main keyword, I would say to use 2 to 3 times in your description. So again, let's say you have a car detailing, or you know what, let's do something more. Let's do roofing. I don't know much about roofing. I don't know exactly what terms are used in roofing, but let's say I go and do my keyword research on SEMrush, and turns out a lot of people are searching for emergency roof repair. Roof repair is probably a really big one. Emergency roofer and Toronto roofing. Okay, those are the biggest ones that I find in my city. Those are the keywords that I want to use 2 to 3 times in my description. Same thing with all the other components in your product section and your services section. You want to basically just fully deck out your GMB with things that you can optimize, right? So again, example here, description. Where is my description? As you can see, we have plumber, city name, emergency plumbing services, drain cleaning. Okay. We're using these keywords multiple times. Plumbers near me. See, this is a big one as well. And you got to put it in a way, again, where it looks natural. Okay. This is a very, very good way to phrase it if you're searching for service near city. Okay. That's a really good one. But as you can see, I'm using these keywords very, very commonly. 24/7 is a huge one that shows up with plumbing. Okay. And again, you have a product section. You want to add your keywords here. You have a what's it called? Description. You want to add your keywords here. You have your updates. I mixed the two up, but here's your products. There was the updates. You have a Q&A section that you can also go ahead and add in and answer with keywords. So do that and basically fill everything out as much as humanly possible with keywords. Okay. So that's those two. And then finally, the website. So again, I'm a huge hater on websites. I really don't think they matter that much. But again, a lot of these bigger companies do have very good websites set up with backlinks and citations and everything. So they do go hand in hand. Your website's going to help rank your GMB page, and your GMP page is going to help rank your website. So generally speaking, even if you could put a little bit of effort into your website, it's going to be very, very beneficial, right? So these are the biggest things, right? There's other like very tiny things that matter. Something like a second category where it's like listed as a plumber and like a general contractor or something. Honestly, it doesn't really matter too much, but these are the main things that you need in order to rank. Now, the last thing you have to look at is conversion. So again, even if you're ranking, this might not necessarily mean that you're getting the most amount of calls as you could possibly be getting, just because maybe you have a shitty website, people are clicking on your website and then leaving because they're like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Or you just have like shitty photos where you have like a cover photo of a plumber with Down syndrome. Like, no one's going to call you. Okay. So you want to obviously make sure your conversion is locked in. And I'm going to make a video about that right now. So check out literally the video after this on my channel after you watch this one. But yes, make sure all of these things are done. And again, the main thing that you want to base off is literally just look at how well your competition is doing it and just do it one step better. They have 100 reviews, get 101. They have a 4.9 star rating. Try very hard not to get any 1 stars. Keep it at a 5 star. They're using these keywords. Okay, you do your research. Boom, more keywords that I can use and better keywords that I can use. Nice. You have an extra thing on them there. Oh, you see they didn't fill out their product section. Fill your product section out, right? Fill your whole GMB page out. Really viciously look at the competition you are facing and just like literally beat the shit out of them. Okay, that's all you got to do. And yeah, it's literally all it is. Most important factor for ranking, the literally first thing that you need to look at. I think I'm just rambling now, so I'm going to end the video here. But thank you for watching. Please do subscribe. And if you do want personal help with anything GMB related, if you're looking to, I don't know, scale a business like I am to around 20 to 30 grand a month in profit just by putting up GMBs and contracting the work and kind of sitting in your office all day, do go ahead and schedule a call if you're interested in some one-on-one help with that. Or again, if you have your own service business and you want to get more locations up, I have around 20 locations up for plumbing alone. As you can see, I'll search up plumber done right. This is my main core business here. I've shown this multiple times in all my videos, but you'll see all of these locations and they rank very well as well. I'll just pull one up because I have to prove myself now, of course. Where do we have a plumber done right location? Here we go. We got one over here. Plumber done right of Ajax. Okay. So as I was saying, rambling on a little bit too much, I'm going to end the video here, but please do subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.